hujung minggu. Selamat kembali dalam Borak Teh si Peng. Bersama dengan host anda Ezri Mukris, Mia Hassan. Kita now macam biasa berada dekat rumah untuk live Borak Teh si Peng. Dan juga kita masih boleh untuk saksikan kami secara langsung dekat Astro 122, MYTV 122 dan juga siapa-siapa yang mungkin terlepas lah untuk any rancangan TVS lah. Don't worry guys, kita boleh check out dekat YouTube channel TVS TV MY dan kita boleh tanggalkannya berulang-ulang kali. Boleh tanggal kami berulang-ulang kali. Esok.
Masalahnya ada si orang nak tanggal kau berulang-ulang kali. Ada si orang nak tanggal kau berulang-ulang kali.
Ada, kita sih tahu. Mungkin ada. Mungkin buat.
I'm good, Ezri. I am semun korol lah juga di rumah. Tapi it's okay. Kita mesti korban kineto untuk kesejahteraan dunia hari gitu.
Yeah.
Hati tu nak keluar.
Lupa juga nak kongsikan ucapan hari gawai. Siapa-siapa yang celebrate gawai mestikan kita buat. Mungkin naknya siapa balik kampung because of COVID-19.
Yeah.
But then doesn't mean that kita siapa celebrate gawai kecil-kecil dekat rumah. Betul sih? Setiap perayaan kita semua limited lah untuk tahun lepas, tahun untuk. So, kita ada special hashtag kan untuk gawai, saya dah?
Gawai together.
Gawai together, yes.
Yes. Alright,
okay, nak teruskan dengan current issues.
Current issue. Alright. Okay, so seperti yang kita semua dah tahu, we are diving into our, for the state is the second MCO 2.0 untuk negeri Sarawak, tetapi untuk negeri-negeri yang lain is already MCO 3.0 lah. Jadi for MCO 2.0 tu kita ada 15 measure yang diberi oleh Kerajaan Negeri Sarawak under BKSS, Bantuan Kewangan Sayangku Sarawak, worth 1.4 billion ringgit, okay, in order to benefit Sarawakian di masa-masa genting macam tu sebab all the gerai-gerai, pasar-pasar, kedai-kedai tepi jalan semua tutup. Jadi incentive, okay, first one, incentives for the B40 household and single individual, orang bujang lah.
Single individual, orang bujang.
Yes, macam kita akan ada B40 akan ada insentif diimpun. Sik salah, sik silap 500.
Yes,
untuk 500 untuk B40 ketua keluarga B40 and then untuk yang bujang RM250. Lepas ya ada special monthly allowance selama 6 bulan untuk frontliners kita, untuk abang-abang rela, abang-abang polis, abang-abang siapa lagi yang doktor, nurse, MA, yes, semuanya akan diberi allowance selama 6 bulan. Lepas ya electric bill kan kita orang discount, okay? Water bill discount, disubsidi, discount untuk assessment rate rumah kita orang. Lepas ya discount 50% untuk stall siapa yang ada stall ada 50% sewa, 50% sewa discount. 50% rental housing scheme under HDC ataupun Housing Development Corporation. Payment exemption for SME operating at premise owned and managed by GLC, government linked companies, and ada juga food basket macam ada beras, ada telur, pindah-pindah untuk household yang affected during MCO lah.
Scheme pinjaman makanan, is it?
Scheme si tahu lah apa nama skimnya, tapi they say it's food basket tu. Yang macam sumbangan lah.
Bantuan pemakanan lah.
Yes, betul, bantuan pemakanan. Jadi alhamdulillah, thank you Kerajaan Negeri Sarawak. MCO tu kita orang diam di rumah, okay, banyak dah bantuan untuk diberi oleh kerajaan. 29 Mei sampai 11 Jun renah duduk di rumah. Mudah semua tu okay, kita orang keluar lah kita orang siap, tapi renah duduk di rumah 2 minggu.
Time tu pun kita nak keluar pun apa aja, ada kedai banyak tutup, roadblocks ya situ lah. So better just stay at home.
Stay safe.
Kita pasal boring di rumah, kita diimpun pergi rumah kami
Ya, jangan didengar.
Alright, so these are the things dari Kerajaan Sarawak. So kita boleh check lagi dekat mana-mana website yang trusted lah. Kita si pastikan, kita si jelaskan, boleh check balik, okay? Tok di pasal current issues. Next, what's viral? Tok Since viral sikit
Hangat.
video yang dikongsikan oleh seorang, I think tak padahnya artis yang bukan artis, soalnya macam influencer lah, yang mempersendakan pakaian tradisional orang Iban melalui story Instagramnya, dan video ya viral guys. Sebab yang nak komen tangga first place tu rasa macam apa hal ya tu, sebenarnya anggar baju Iban kah nak
si perlu bersindir.
yes, and the video ya pun menyebabkan kami lah orang macam menyuarakan pendapat ketidakpuasan hatinya, termasuk influencer kat Sarawak, penyanyi-penyanyi dekat Sarawak, lokal kita, dan memang ada minta maaf, but then yalah, just be careful next time before you post. Banyak dah benda-benda viral tu disebabkan oleh mulut tu sih. So just be very careful, be very mindful, jaga sensitivity before kita post anything berkaitan dengan what do you call that thing? Berkaitan dengan etnik lah, cerita agama, etnik, jangan main-main lah. Ingat ya Mia.
Apa aku
tak
tahu. Okay, sebelum Ezri dah anak yang ngambok, bagus kita break dulu, soalnya relax dulu. Jadi don't go anywhere. Borak Teh si
Peng. Puf.
bersama dengan host anda Mia Hassan dan juga Ezri Mukris. So, without further ado, let's dive into our first DYK Did You Know for today. Alright, since kita tu dah dalam MCO 2.0 di negeri Sarawak tu and MCO 3.0 di Malaysia, bolehlah kiranya jika saya berkongsi sedikit dua info mengenai Malaysia dan COVID-19.
Sampai formal macam atau skrip dari sini ada, tapi tempat formal ke apa tu? Meeting formal ke? Okay, apa yang kita nak kongsikan dengan Ju? Okay,
the next one. Tok lama dah lu next one. Okay, actually mungkin kita orang si jaga MCO kita orang tu betul-betul ada study tu dah dipolah, okay? Malaysia adalah antara 19 negara di dunia yang berpotensi untuk hancur. Hancur meaning to say the medical team will collapse totally because of COVID-19, okay? And this is based on international data. So the first one is we know medical collapse or is India lah, okay? And then this one bureau namanya Biro Kewartawanan Penyiasatan yang analisis data yang disediakan oleh Breath Counts Coalition, NGO PATH and Clinton Health Access Initiative. So, daknya mendapati ada sejumlah negara yang bakal menghadapi total medical collapse because of COVID-19 sebab kekurangan and also kekurangan oksigen. Jadi antara negeri adalah India sudah pun berlaku, Argentina, Iran, Nepal, Filipina, Malaysia, Pakistan, Costa Rica, Ecuador dan juga Afrika Selatan. Okey, ini adalah merujuk kepada kehancuran total dari segi kita pun medical team sebab tak ada si mampu nanggung lagi. Jadi dakwaan ini muncul setelah beberapa negara mencatatkan peningkatan besar. Macam kita tahu Vietnam pun ada strike of cases, lepas ya India pun ada afternya reda sekejap naik balik in March. And then di India kita tahu Ezri melaporkan kekurangan oksigen tank. Okay, and then menurut data, India memerlukan tambahan 15.5 juta meter padu oksigen sehari untuk treat COVID-19 pun patient, lebih dari 14 kali ganda before March, because the cases strike in March, so now they're gonna need more than what they need before. Jadi because of that, India pun melarang ekspor keluar oksigen tank sebab daknya mau nampung, daknya dah si dapat nak ekspor keluar lagi, daknya nak nampung kegunaan daknya dulu. Jadi ya telah affect negara-negara surrounding India macam Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Myanmar, sebabnya pun bergantung bekalan oksigen dari India. Sebab kita tahu India pun adalah merupakan pengeluar ubat-ubat, ada medical device. Jadi mun dah pengeluar dah si dapat nak supply lagi, macam ni lah orang yang bergantung
Demand
kepada supply ya. Saya dah demand is there, supply is not being able to cater.
So senang cerita, pendek kata, just jagakan kita pun this particular MCO lah guys. Kita pun tangga cases kat Malaysia pun agak scary. Kan? Agak ada almost 10k dah masuk 9k, so agak bahaya ya lah. Kita just stay dulu. Macam kami pun kira bertuah lah kita dengan kami di rumah tengok. Selalunya kami memang akan ada dekat rumah, but then disebabkan oleh keprihatinan kami untuk mengamankan negara negeri kita tu untuk kurangkan atau putuskan COVID-19 lah. So kami stay dekat rumah guys. If kami dapat bola,
terima kasih. Yes. Alright, next one.
Kena padam ya.
Oh, sudah.
Alright, next. Kita nak pergi ke cerita hiburan lagi lah. Pasal
Ashley minat yang tu.
Yang baru je recently berkahwin dengan jaka pilihannya, which is Ariana Grande. Thank you. Next.
Ashley dah minat dah tu. Nang minat gila.
Yes. Kami minatnya dari yang melakon dulu. Okay. Terus saya cerita kami minatnya tu, kita nak kongsikan sikit pasal appearance-nya. Okay, kita pun selalu tangga yang Ariana Grande tu. Yang saya dah passion lain. Passionnya mesti sikit ponytail kat belakang. Dan pasal ponytail ya ada cerita. Actually, ponytail ya is because rambutnya is permanently damaged because of dye. Masanya selalu dye untuk satu watak yang dekat Nickelodeon dulu. So, memang dah completely destroyed lagi. And then, nya terpaksa bleach rambutnya, dyekan warna merah every other week for the first 4 years. Masanya pun watak sebagai Victorious and Sam and Cat. Tok Nickelodeon lah masanya pergi berlakon dulu, if you guys follow Ariana Grande dulu lah. And then, because of that, rambutnya broken dan macam, what do you call thing? Apa? Aku isi pernah dye rambut
keriting. Dah kering.
Dah kering dah, macam rusak lah. Pecah hujung ke apa, we might never know lah. So because of that, terpaksa lah pola nak pada pakai wig. Ada juga katanya, tapi si Chun pakai wig. So try pola everything, dan the last optionnya is just ponytail hair je lah. Tapi pun
pakai
pun sudah
extension
nangganya dengan some other designs lah, some other style. Masanya nikah ke pun ponytail mesti tinggal.
Sebab saya nak nampak rambutnya lah. Jadi salah pakai extension itu.
So siapa-siapa yang selalu bertukar-tukar kalau rambut dia, jangan selalu gila lah, okay? Memang dia penuh apa the content of the dye
chemical lagi.
Merosakkan rambut ke apa. Just maintain hitam lah. Orang kita hitam je apa kita kala-kala.
Alright, so next one. Still lah cakap about MCO. So kita talk dalam MCO, okay? So kita mesti tahu apa nak dibuat MCO. Don't worry, talk. Mak ngajar. First, yoga. I'm a yoga, okay? Fun fact about me, I'm a yoga. Yes, I'm a yogi. Yes, I am a yogi. Okay, even when I was pregnant, I still do yoga. Jadi, pola lah yoga. The moment kita orang bangun pagi, mesti tahu macam ni pun ada dalam YouTube. Ikut je apa ada yang YouTube ya. And then, mungkin kita orang perlu WFH. Jadi, mungkin kita orang perlu betul lah. Work from home, macam Ep.113 tu. Adakan sikit tempat. Macam, tok okay, orang pola kerja, tok pakai makan. Jangan lumukkan sikit tempat. Macam Ep.113 tak dah salah dah. Seorang di ruang tamu, seorang di meja makan. Dah salah dah.
Itu pun mengarik barang sebenarnya.
Yes. Produktif, okay? And then apa nama tip? Pun kita orang rasa semun di rumah aja. Kelakar lah dengan orang. Video call at least 2 people a day. And rotate kan lah ada orangnya. So just kakak about what's going on, what are you feeling, how are they doing, you know, just check on your peers and
every day kan, we have to do this every day kan?
Yeah, every day. Yeah.
Nak habis kreditku.
Free Ezri, pakai wifi di rumah Ezri. Seterusnya.
So
And
meaning
then
I have
lastly,
to bagi masalah dengan Garrett first, Garrett second, have to bagi lah.
yes,
Ambil lah.
ayah masalah kau pun Ezri. Siapa nyuruh kau masang sampai 10 orang? Aku nyuruh kau masang seorang aja. Mun pasang 10 masalah kau. Okay? Okay. And then, the last one is to read a book. Okay, tok mung kita orang macam I am a reader. I like reading. I'm a reader, so I really like reading book to just zone out. Kita orang sit lah nangga phone je kalau sakit mata merah macam Ezri. Nangga telefon sikit lama gila matanya lu merah. So just read a book, pick a decent book, baca komik apa. So I think just be mindful of your own health lah. So, berkurung di rumah tu pun it's not a nice feeling also. Yes.
Paling jahit pun dah cukup kita rasa macam siang pagi tak terlalu lama dekat dalam rumah. Petangnya pergilah belakang rumah sikit ke, just olah tanaman ke, ambil fresh air sikit. Nah, jangan terperoklah rumah gila. Memang stay at home but then not in the closed door. Faham sih?
Yes.
Bagus. Aku pandai
bagus kau tu Ezri, doktor. Okay, next one Ezri, what's on Twitter?
Okay, what's on Twitter? Itu happen last week I think.
Last week.
Yang viral dekat Sigit Malaysia, mulanya semua dunia lah. Pasal kumpulan BTS tidaknya ada special menu dekat satu fast food restaurant tu. Kita pun tahu lah macam Mia memang queue panjang sanggupnya queue. Even ada every day kita pergi collect BTS kami cik sanggup lah. Okay, dan benda tu kita dapat tangga dekat media sosial lah berbaris panjang lah. And then yang specialnya pasal BTS menu tu cuma ada dekat 49 negara aja yang ada peluang untuk dapatkan BTS meal. Okay? So dalam 49 buah negara pun sekali pun mesti nak beli benda tu. Bukan si minat BTS, minat je. Minat. Tapi yalah, nak baris yang mula kami macam alah. Dan sampai kini tu lah hashtag BTS menu tu number 1 trending dekat Malaysia pukul 10 pagi waktunya dilancarkan ya. Okey, dah sampai ada 26,000 tweets. Oi, dahsyat lah.
Ada orang jual tak? Okay, jual empty paper bag ya, pakai minum cup ya, pakai kah nugget ya, RM59.90.
Ya, ditangkap kami dekat social media lah. Okay, everything yang boleh dijadikan.
Ya, tujuan aku sebenarnya.
Oh, reseller. Apa-apa boleh jadikan duit masa lagi masa MCO tu memang akan dipolah orang lah.
Yes.
Kami berdua sofa tu untuk jual loh. Mak Miss tahu benda tu boleh dijual kami lepas murah.
Hello, Cik Sardi.
Okay, so settle dah what's on Twitter kita itu. Okay. Segala nama mak menengah semua. Kita semua berhenti dah. Okay, kita akan kembali lepas tu guys dengan kita pun special guest of the show today. Siapa yang lepas tu? Okay, lepas tu.
Stay tuned on Borak Teh. Hi everyone, and we are back on the third block of the show on Borak Teh. Peng. So, okay. Now, as usual, kita ada guest, Ezri, and our guest is quite special today. He's a swimming instructor, but it's not a normal swimming instructor, bukan, teaching swimming for adults. This is teaching swimming for kids.
For
babies.
Oh, okay.
Yes, for your future baby, Ezri. You never know, one day, okay? Send your baby to Mr. Raymond right here. Hi, Mr. Raymond. How are you?
Hi, everyone. I'm good. How are you?
Thanks for having me here. Mr. Raymond. So now we're talking in dalam English lah. 100% English, is it? Okay,
English.
Right, no problem. My English is very, very good nowadays.
That's good to know because my DM is very bad.
Yeah, it's okay. Alright, first of all, welcome to Borak Teh Peng, Mr. Raymond. So like to let Mr. Raymond introduce himself as a swimming instructor for children.
Oh, okay. So I started my swimming career actually back in 2002. So started off at Sarawak Club back then, 2002.
Okay.
And then by the year of 2010, by the year of 2010, I moved to Singapore and continued my career there. So from there, I've been teaching kids, from 6 months old all the way up to adults. So
6
from
months old.
Yeah, from baby learn to swim to toddlers, and then adults learn to swim and competitive swimming and competitive adults. So some of them going for open water, some of them are doing triathlon, Ironman, some of them are just for fitness. So catering to each need, and then So I got called by the Sports Council to come back in 2017. By the end of 2017, I came back together with my family, and then from there I started working for the Sports Council, training the state team. And then I thought, why don't I just bring whatever I learned in Singapore back then and bring it to Kuching, and then to serve the community here. So that's how I started together with a few of my friends, we started coming out with this swimming program and doing exactly what I've been doing back in Singapore on the weekends. Yeah.
Oh, I see. So you started off in Singapore, teaching swimming in Singapore, and then you came back because the Sports Council called you to serve the state, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Actually, I started off in Sarawak Club in 2002.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
did you coach for our Pandalala Renang? Is it no?
No, that's diving.
Oh, diving.
So she's already in the national team. She's already at national team. Then only I came back.
Like Ezri, diving and swimming is different.
Who knows?
Yeah, we train together, like side by side, but we're not in the same team.
No.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Mungkin after the dive session, Teacher Raymond teach how to swim and try, no?
All right. Okay. Do you actually like swimming when you were a kid, or it just started off because of it's a career for you, or you're just passionate about it?
I had a drowning incident back then when I was a kid. Yeah, so I almost died. Then from then, my mom sent me for swimming lesson. Yeah, and then from there I progressed, keep on going, and then my brother himself, he was a water polo player. He's water polo player. And then, my mom was like, yeah, why not? And then my uncle back then, he was coaching swimming too. So we just went together.
Oh, it runs in the blood. It goes to the whole family.
The whole family is.
Yeah, I guess sort of.
Okay, Teacher Raymond, when you talk about you almost died because of drowning, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, can you tell us any tips what to do and what not to do when you're in the situation of drowning?
Yeah.
For adults or for kids?
For adults. For me, actually.
Yeah,
for you. Okay, so because our human brain, how our human brain works is the first thing we need is breathing. So every time when we're in the water, the first thing we do is to lift our head up, right? But when we're in the water, that's the last thing we need to do. We shouldn't be lifting our head up, because the moment when we lift our head up, our whole body goes horizontal, and our whole body goes vertical. Yeah, and then when our body goes vertical, we start drowning. It's very difficult for us to go up. So what we do is just put our head down, we relax, let our whole body go horizontal first. That's when we can flip over if you can't swim. If you can, just put your head down, catch a quick breath, put your head down and swim back to the shore. Look for the nearest shore and swim back. Paddle yourself back.
Sounds easy, but...
Yeah, it sounds easy, but it's actually...
Yeah, so that's what we've been doing for our swimming program. So back in the days when I used to learn swimming, is day one we started to learn all the swimming strokes. Yeah, but right now how we do it is we start to implement water safety program. So teaching kids how to swim without goggles. What should they do when if they fall into the water? And how do they lift their head out? How do they do the staff load, stuff like that? All the basic water safety stuff instead of swimming skills.
Oh.
Okay. So
Yeah.
other than swimming instructor, what are the other things that you do? Your daily life, daily work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, swim instructor is my part-time work because we
Oh.
only run this on the weekends. To be exact, it's only 4 hours per week. So Saturday afternoon 2 hours and Sunday afternoon 2 hours. So my full-time job is actually training the stage swimmers as a swimming coach.
Oh,
Yeah.
still training lah. Just that the classes is a different thing. It's a part-time thing.
Yeah. So the
I
training
see.
basically the training program would be me on the land, the swimmers swimming. So me asking them to go faster, and then on the weekend I'll be in the water with them, like holding them, doing things together. Yeah.
I see.
So which pool are you coaching now? I mean, the exact location.
Oh, right now it's at KBS, the pool right next to Sabakas. We started off at Pandalela actually, the Pandalela Renal Aquatic Center.
Oh yeah.
And then, and then it's closed. All the swimming pools in Sarawak is closed, except for KBS. Because KBS is under federal government. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
do you guys? Do you guys accept 26 years old man
yes,
trying to swim?
Yeah. So sorry, how old? 26? Is too young.
26.
oh, too young.
we have a family of grandmother, the mom and the kids, like one whole family together. So 60 over years old, we still teach. No problem.
That's good news for them to swim.
The age.
So yeah, it could be a family weekend do together stuff.
I see. Okay, Ezri, because Ezri doesn't know how to swim, because we went to Sematan the other day, and when we have these water sports, he was like, huh? He started to get scared already because he doesn't know how to swim. So Ezri, this is your teacher, okay? All right, so we're gonna ask more questions after this, but we're gonna go on a short break. So see you guys in a bit on Borak Teh.
Alright guys, we are back. Borak Teh Peng bersama dengan host kita orang macam biasa, Ezri Chris, Mia Hassan, dan juga kita ada cikgu mengajar swimming, Mr. Raymond in the house guys. Siapa-siapa yang berapa pandai nak swimming ya, this is the guy yang akan ajar kita. Okay, so we've talked about starting career, Mr. Raymond and everything. So now I'm gonna ask, what's the difference between the session before COVID and now during the COVID? Is there any impact or just normal?
Oh, you mean like, so if now MCO, the pool is closed anyway, so we can't do anything. But in between, when like during February, when the COVID situation wasn't that bad, our numbers actually increased compared to before pandemics. So we got a shock too. Actually, it could be due to several reasons. Because number one is maybe we start to promote more on Facebook. People start to get to know more about us. Number two is maybe we move from Pandarela to KBS, which is a more central location rather than. Yeah, and then number three is maybe people has been locked in house for a long time. Yes. And then when it's open, people get released and everybody rush out and they don't know what to do, and then they come for the swimming lesson. Yeah.
Oh, true. Okay, that's interesting because actually the numbers risen before COVID, and before COVID more than the participants are coming in more before COVID. That's something interesting. Yeah. So because you teach the kids also, the infants, including mine. So actually, why is it important for them to learn swimming at such a young age, 6 months? And then I know when people know that I'm sending an infant to a swimming class, to an open water, not really an open water, a swimming pool. It's a huge swimming pool. They will get, are you crazy? But can you share with the audience out there what actually the benefit does swimming to the kids, to the infants?
For infant, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
some people start actually at 3 months old, but over here I started at 6 months old. To be honest, when I first came back, people have been asking me to do it, and then I was a bit reluctant because I was thinking that maybe the parents here are not ready for it yet. And then slowly I was like, yeah, why not I just start it and test water, and see how do people respond to it. So usually on the very first session, what I would tell the parents is we need to have the correct expectation for the baby's lesson. You don't expect your babies to be able to swim freestyle or breaststroke. Yeah, it's more about water movement. Yeah. So by the end of the lesson, your baby will not be swimming 25 or 50 meters of butterfly. Those are the expectations we give them first. And then so the baby's water confidence level, and the other thing is when the babies are in the mother's womb, they're covered by water anyway. So by nature, a human being are very comfortable with water. So when they're 6 months old, we don't want, when they're still it's still in their memory, the muscles memory are still there. They're still very familiar with the water surrounding. So it's actually a good age for them to start. So as we age, we start to have the fear of the water because sometimes due to drowning incidents, sometimes we swallow some water. The water gets into our nose. Yeah, those are the things that stops us. Yeah, and then the other thing, the other benefits about the baby classes is, if you notice, is only the baby lessons is when the parents are in the water with them. So the interaction between the parents and the babies. Okay, so in our daily life, we don't get that much of interaction apart from when the mom is breastfeeding the baby. Other than that, our daily life right now is more on our tablets, and then we feed them, we leave the babies there, or we put them in the sarong and shake them, So doing things together, activities together, has been lessened. So baby lessons encourage that. And the other thing is also to help the babies to trust the parents more. Why do I say trust the parents more? So when the babies go for swimming lesson, right? We do a lot of cue. So example, we say ready, Dian, go. Okay. So we say, so we keep on saying that, and then when the baby understands that, when the mommy or the daddy says that to the baby would know this is what's gonna happen next. So it also improves the baby's listening skill. They understand, and then the communication too, because babies can't talk. The only thing they can learn is through doing the same thing over and over again, the repetition. So every week they keep on doing the same thing. So the bonding, they get to bond. Yeah, the babies learn to listen to the parents. The parents learn to communicate with the babies too.
And I see.
So meaning if I join your class, basically my parents are there in the pool together to tell me, right?
No, only for 3 years and below. If you want your parents to come, also can, but your parents wouldn't be holding you.
Coach Raymond, what are the difficulties of you teaching those children, such as young age, like 6 months, 3 months? Is it hard?
So we start teaching at 6 months and above, and below 3 years old, the parents will be in the water with them. So the challenge wouldn't be teaching the babies themselves. It's more on managing the classes of parents holding the babies, because the babies are fully dependent on the parents, right? So sometimes when the parents, they might get carried away playing with their own babies. So cute, especially the first few lessons, the parents are excited. Most of the times, parents are more excited than the babies. All right, so they started to doing things on their own, playing with the toys, taking pictures. Right, so I need to be like, hey, we're doing these activities together now. Come back here. We're doing this. Yeah, so that's what I needed to do rather than teaching the babies. To help the babies to understand, there's also another challenge because they can't talk, and then the only response they can give us is either they cry or they smile. All right, some babies, they get used to the environment slower. Some takes longer time to get used to the environment. Some are happy since the first day. All right, so sometimes we give them time All right. So over a period of time, usually after 1 month, they'll be fine, and then they get used to the environment. They know what to do. They know what to expect. So baby feels safe when we're doing the same thing over and over again. They know what to expect next. They don't like too much changes. So we keep on doing the same thing. They feel safe, and then they'll be fine.
Just to make them familiarize themselves with the surrounding, with the water, with what they should do, with the cues. Okay, understand. But actually, I think with babies, I do agree with you though, because with babies, it's not that hard. But when they reach the toddler stage, that is when the patients have to be at the optimum level, because they started to talk, they started to say no and all that kind of things. But actually, because since the COVID-19 is shutting down all the activities, is there any other alternatives that you can suggest to the people out there, just to make the kids love water, or for my kid even, I don't know.
Yeah, so if you have a bathtub at home, or if you have a big pail, or some of them that have inflatable pool at home, we can let them play in there. All right. The only thing is the safety issue. Usually, I don't promote that a lot, because sometimes the parents here are too hooked onto the phone, and then they leave the babies there, or leave the kids there, and then they go on playing with their phone without even knowing. Because we can drown by just 3 inches of water, because it happened before. People fell down and hit their head. They passed out in the bathroom. And then because your face is in the water, it's a drowning incident. So we get the parents just need safety first. It's always safety first. Parents need to have eyes on the kids all the time, whether it's babies or toddlers, or even when they're 10, 11 years old, when we think they're okay. We need to watch them all the time. That's number one. Number two is, if you want to keep on practicing with them, for the babies, just practicing the cue. So ready, babies, go. So 4 cups on their head. And then let them play in the bathtub or inflatable pool is a good way to help their body to remember what is it like to be in the water. Because we're all land animals. Our movement is vertical, but in swimming it's horizontal. And then our breathing is different too. So just help them to get used to it. Kids love water anyway, just let them play.
Agree. All right, Teacher Raymond, short and sweet, what would you want to say to the people out there who wanted to send their kids, or wanted to send themselves, like Esri, to the swimming class? Anything?
To what I would say, when you want to consider about swimming lesson, first thing you need to think about is the safety issue first. To me, if my kids can't play basketball or can't play football, is not so much of a safety issue. I would tell everyone to please send your kids for swimming lesson. It doesn't have to be with me, but with anyone, all right? Because it's a safety issue. So when you grow up to be like Esri in the future, when you go to Samatan, you can enjoy the water sports too, without worrying too much about it. Okay. There's safety issue, and to enjoy the water sports is okay. Sending your kids for swimming lesson doesn't mean your kids must be a diver like Pendelela, or your kid must be like Wilson Sim to be in the Olympic competitive swimming. It helps you to enjoy water sports. It enables you to do a lot of things, and also number one is safety issue. Right? So when you enroll your kids for swimming lesson, choose the right instructors. There's a lot of good instructors in Kuching, but pick a good one, and then make sure that they're teaching your kids water safety first, and then make sure that they have teaching license.
The instructors.
My phone stand is almost drowning already, teacher.
Your phone drowned. I saw that.
All right, thank you so much, Teacher Raymond. I hope to see you around soon when the COVID ends, hopefully. Thank you so much for all the information, Esri.
Thank you.
All right, so basically, I would consider to have session with you.
Yeah.
Sure. We give you one free trial session if you want to come over. Yeah, if you like it, then you register. If you don't, it's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you, DJ Raymond. So that wraps everything for today. Dan kami doa akan kembali lagi esok hari kami. Still esok.
Yes. Esok hari.
Untuk Borak Teh Peng macam biasa sampai terlepas boleh check out balik dekat YouTube channel TBS TV MY dan juga dekat sini boleh tanggalkan live MYTV 122 dan Astro 122 esok hari. Alright, so Borak Teh Peng sign off. Bye bye, Borak Teh Peng.
See you.